Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks. Have you had a nice day?
I have. I've had a wonderful day. What about you?
Oh yeah, I've had a good day as well. I love the film and you were great in it. And I love your headset, your gaming setup. It fits in well with the film as well.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
So I was wondering, how did you come across this project or get involved with it? And what was the audition process like?
So Alan actually reached out to me directly. I think that he saw my like prior performances in It and Goosebumps and things like that, and I think it just looked like a really good fit. And so there actually wasn't really an audition process. We had a couple Zoom calls with me and Alan, and then I got to talk to Josh for a little bit, and we kind of talked about our future as actors and where we wanted to go. And I think that we both kind of wanted to be taken a little bit more seriously on the action side. And so this was a
Mm,
perfect opportunity for both of us to kind of bridge the gap between what we've done and what we want to do. So
that's cool. And it's great that you didn't have to audition. And what drew
yes.
you to your character and how alike are you to your new character that you played?
Yeah, so there are some similarities for sure. I am a gamer. I take that very seriously. I was playing Halo before I could speak, so I'm a huge gamer for sure. Uh, the only real like big difference is that I am like properly trained in firearms, so I had to like kind of teach myself how to not hold a gun so seriously, and I am a car enthusiast as well. So I was actually teaching Josh how to teach me how to drive manual. So that was really fun. So yeah, but I think as far as personality goes, we're very similar. We're both kind of shy. I have a very supportive and loving dad, so that's not a real thing. But yeah, it was a we're very similar for sure.
That's amazing. And as you've mainly done horror, what was it like getting to do an action film?
Yeah, so I think that horror, comedy, and action are all kind of similar in their timing aspect. So it was interesting. I've always wanted to do action and comedy. I have done a little bit of comedy in the past. That's kind of what I started
Mhm.
with, and so that kind of came naturally to me. And Josh was so amazing to work with that we kind of just have that chemistry that it worked out well. But action was so much fun. I love doing my own stunts. That was kind of always what I wanted to do, so being able to like take it on really seriously on a project of this caliber is awesome.
That's amazing. And what scene did you find the hardest or most challenging to film? And was there a favorite scene you had to film?
Oh man, I actually haven't been asked that yet. So I think as far as the hardest scene to film, there wasn't necessarily anything that was like super challenging, but there's like a final fight sequence that was all filmed in sweltering hot weather, and we only had like a couple days to do it. And so actually this was being filmed at the time where Josh's wife was pregnant. And if she was about to give birth, he was going home. So this was like the last couple, like 2 or 3 days, and we had to get this finished. It was like the final fight sequence. It was like the most important part of the film. And so that was very tough mentally and physically because there was a lot of stunts involved. There was a lot of pyro involved. There were explosions. There were everything. And we were like still on the phone with Josh's wife, like, hey, hold on, please. And so it was kind of a lot. And that was really, really fun, but also very mentally taxing. And that was also during Christmas. So there was a whole huge mess of things. Uh, as far as fun to film, that's tough. I don't think I can say exactly what happened, but in the scene where we're in the RV together, that leads to me doing the flip over the car.
Mm.
That whole sequence is so much fun. I get to do something that I've never really done before, and so it's all really really fun because it's all very new to me. So
That's amazing. And that leads into my next question, actually. I was wondering, when you did that flip, was it hard for you to do over the car? Because I thought it was quite cool, but did it take a long time or was it easy? And did you just do it normally on like your first try?
uh, that was only yeah, it only took like a couple takes. It was we were all kind of hyper at the end of the day because obviously what happens before that scene, I'm in this
Yeah.
crazy mode, and so yeah, Alan was like, "What are you gonna do?" And I was like, I can't really tell you. Just let me do my thing and we'll try it. And so we didn't really rehearse it or anything like that. We kind of talked about exactly what was going to happen, but at the end of the day, it was just me trying to flip over a car. And obviously, there's me trying to make it look cool, but also being Julian and kind of making it a little stupid. But yeah, it was
Mm.
totally just something that happened for sure.
So does that mean you get to do lots of improvisation throughout this film?
Yes, absolutely. Alan and Josh are both very collaborative, and we all kind of got to talk about exactly what we were going to do. And Josh would come to me in my trailer and be like, "Hey, let's just run through a few things because I think we should change a couple of these things." Because obviously what makes sense on paper sometimes just doesn't make sense when you're
Mm.
actually speaking through the lines. So you kind of have to run through it a couple times to see what actually makes sense as far as like the flow of the words go and everything like that. So yeah, absolutely, they were very collaborative, and we got to have a lot of fun for sure.
And what was it like working with Josh, and how did you build chemistry with him and the rest of the cast?
Josh is freaking incredible. It's very rare that you get to meet an actor of that caliber and him actually be as nice as he sounds. And so he was probably one of my favorite people I've ever worked with, for sure. He's incredible. As far as building chemistry goes, we didn't really have to. We just kind of clicked. Josh is an awesome guy. We kind of come from similar backgrounds, if you will, and so we both have the kind of the same goal with our careers. And yeah, it worked out great. And he's just kind of an awesome guy. So you don't really have to build chemistry when it's already there.
That's amazing. And when you were firing guns and stuff like that on set, what was actually coming out, or was all the sounds added afterwards and stuff like that?
So it completely depends on kind of the context of the scene. So we did fire a few blanks, but blanks can only happen when there's a way that you can shoot off camera, right? So even if you're pointing it at someone, you shoot to the right of their face or to the left of their face or whatever, but there is still things that come out of a gun when you point it at someone and you fire a blank. Even though there's no bullet, metal still has to be deteriorated, right? Uh,
Mm.
there was a lot that was edited, but for almost every scene, we wanted one like hero take where it was actually a blank. And then sometimes we would have airsoft guns, so that CO2 gas still makes it chamber and do that, and you can just kind of add the bullet after. But yeah, so it kind of just depends on the context of the scene. It depends on the shot.
That sounds quite fun to film. And
Yeah.
when you were filming the fantasy role play scenes, how did you find that? And did you have to do much sword fight rehearsal for that ending battle scene?
Yes. So the sword fight is relatively simple, so it wasn't like too hard. But yeah, dude, that was fun. We had a few swords because obviously it was just like cardboard. We had
Mm.
a few like hero swords that actually had PVC, but they just kept breaking because his sword was actually big, and so we kind of had to play along with that. But the LARPing was fun, man. Like we're kind of just professional LARPers anyway, so acting like you're acting is kind of fun, and everybody that worked on that was so fun, and so that was great. We had a blast, and it was really just like let the cameras go and chaos kind of just begun. So it's awesome.
That's amazing. And can you share a deleted scene or a funny moment and blooper from set?
There are a couple deleted scenes. I don't think I can give them away yet because they would still
Okay.
give away things of the movie right now. But there are some really cool things that I think could lead to a sequel, which would be awesome. And I think that there were kind of two versions of the script a little bit. One that was a much more vulgar version than what we got to do. So there were lots of deleted scenes I think where things might have just been taken too far. But yeah, so nothing super crazy, but I think there might have actually been a little bit more LARPing than what was actually shown as well. We did a lot of LARPing stuff that I don't think made the final cut.
That's amazing. And my final question before I go is how old were you when you learned to drive? And I saw your YouTube recently, and what's the process like of building restoring the car you used in the film?
Yeah. So I learned to drive relatively recently. I was never a huge car enthusiast growing up. That was never something that was. I mean, my dad was, and he has like an old Mustang and an old Camaro, but that was never like a priority for me. And then whenever kind of everything died down after Are You Afraid of the Dark and Big Sky, there was kind of like that time where I had no time at home anyway. That's when I started to like, okay, I should probably learn how to drive, get a driver's license, get a car. And then all of a sudden, something clicked in my head, and it was like, man, this is fun. And now driving is my number one hobby for sure. So yeah, the process for the car is pretty insane. It's very chaotic, but we're making it work. I was literally working on it like an hour ago, but yeah, we basically took a car that's completely
Mm.
messed up and ruined and has rust all over it, and we're completely restoring it somehow.
Well, thank you for chatting with me, and I hope we get to see the final car, how it looks in the end, and maybe even a sequel as well. It's great
Yeah,
chatting with you. I hope you have a good day, and I've just wanted to say before I go that I've supported you for quite a long time, so it's great to finally meet you and chat with you and interview you, and good luck on your future projects.
awesome. Thank you. It's great to meet you as well. Likewise.
Bye.
Bye.